3D tutorials. Today's video we want to talking about the humanik. Okay, what is the humanik? Humanik is a rigging and rigging with the control and with the other things has been designed for the human, but sometimes we can using it for the animals. Let's see if it was an animal and he have a tails, so you can add extra joint to it. And you can also use it for the aliens if they have kind of different six finger in the foot or in the feet, or the extra finger on the hand. So to start it, we're going to talking about the first section of it. To find it, you will find it in rigging, and here it is. But you can also find it in the rigging here and go ahead to skeleton and humanik. So it will bring this windows to you. So create a skeleton. That is the first things we're going to do, and press this one to see the skeleton through X-ray. And so all the others thing is kind of option to design the skeleton we want. We're starting by scale. Always remember, do not scale it from there, just make it, if you want to scale it more, 1.1. it will scaling it, and to make it smaller, 0.9. so it will do this. The second thing, how many joints do you want to have for the spline? 3, 5, 4. 3 is good, and that is for the neck. I think 2 is better because you need to have this one for the head and one for the neck, and there are kind of extra things you can put on the hand. So if I just do 2, you will say we're getting extra handles if you want to use it. Usually I don't use these things. The next thing is the finger. As you know, when you selecting it, so it's going to add, and if you want to have only one, the middle one is good, and if you want to have number of them to be less, so from here you can choosing it. And of course you can add all of these with the extra 6 fingers. Finger base, do you want to be there or there? So this one is work good, so depends what do you want. And that is about this one. In one hand it's adding a joint or not. Okay, but the default this one, it will work great. And the same thing for the feet, but you can of course add the finger do you want. And we have the foot, this different things which is can be used for the animal, like monkey or alias or whatever thing is this the character. That is just the basic things. Now we will before we jump to the other section, I will just also show you how you can place it. To placing it, always start by the central. So this video is not to be removed. We don't want to make it very perfect. We just give you a very quick viewing how you do it. Pushing it back, and if you want have the leg to be more here or here, just move it by this. Never use the rotation. So let's say you want to rotate this one legs to be there, instead use like so. Okay, I just undo it. And if you want to change the height, of course you can do this, and from there go back to the feet position. Same thing here, going up a little bit, joint by joint, until you're getting the position do you want. And same thing for this one. And for the neck is the same things. That is for the neck, and that is for the head, and sometimes we need to move it a little bit like so, Here we go. So that is just a quickly how you need to place the things. To mirror the things, you need to remember when you're using the mirror option, the central can be changed. So let me show you how. As you can see, we have the neck here. I'm going maybe putting it up more. Okay. Now I just go to mirror, and that will always mirror from this side. Okay. Okay, it's not jumping, but sometimes it's going to jump a bit, this one. But let's say you're working again on it and you need to use more time later and you want to export this skeleton. So to do this, go to edit skeleton, export this, and we just make it as humanik test. And when you're coming back next day, or what it is next time, you can just go ahead. You need to actually go ahead and create a new scene. So let me just do this for you. And this mesh I have using as default mesh, which is this one. Right click import. There we go. And just create. But make sure remember which of the value you have giving to your skeleton. So I can remember I have 2, but now I don't putting it. So I can just go ahead here and import it and test. So as you can see, it will do it. But if you have not mirroring it correctly, or you have more information for these which you don't have in the other, so it is kind of thing you will get kind of this error. So remember, use the same value you have using like before. Same thing with the number. But for here I have another examples, which is this. You just open it. So it's using the default value of it, so this was easier to load. But that is how and which kind of problem you will get. So remember, have the same option when you want to import it once again. Of course you can save it, but sometimes it will be lose the skeleton, so you have this export and import option. And you can of course log this, but I don't do this for now. Rename character is something good, so that is character 1, so you can just name it Jag or whatever character you have. If you have more characters, so just from here you can just choose the different characters, so you're getting to the controller. So the next things I will talking about is this one, but that will be the next part. Thanks for watching.